Some of you guys get paid a certain amount. You get paid a certain amount, so you get to eat better food. You get to. It was the same with slaves.
Yeah.
Not every slave ate the same food. There were some slaves that ate chicken. There were some slaves, I'm telling you, they would barely even have pap to eat. Yet it depends whose slave you were. So there were some slaves that lived like kings.
You know it as a slave.
There were some slaves that lived like kings.
That's actually so crazy. Yeah,
Till this day, there are slaves that are living like kings. Driving an M3. Living in a hotel in Santon. It's the same. All you other slaves look at them and say, ooh, if only it was me.
My goodness. Hey.
It's just nothing has changed. Other people are saying, you know what? Do you know that there were slaves who wished they could be enslaved of other people? Their wish was not to be free. It was, if only I was enslaved by that guy, I'd be eating chicken.
My goodness.
Not here where I eat cabbage. I eat cabbage every day, beans on Friday, cabbage every day, beans on Friday. Only Christmas I get one piece of meat. I wish I was enslaved by the other guy. He doesn't wish to be free, he wishes to be enslaved. That's why when the nations were set free, they were given a nicer form of imprisonment. Because after 400 years of being bound, you no longer want to be free.
Yeah.
You know nothing else. You know nothing else. All you want is just better bondage. Are you with me? I remember there was a time when I had a bed that was broken in the middle. So when I sleep in it, I have to sit. So I can't turn on the side because it's broken in the middle. So the bed is like, you know, a bed is flat. Mine was broken in the middle, it was like this. So I have to sit my bum in the middle there, and my legs lie on that side and my back there. So I couldn't go sideways. The day I got a proper bed, I couldn't sleep on it. It felt too uncomfortable. A proper bed just felt uncomfortable. Now I could turn. That comfort felt so terrible. I wanted to sleep back on that bed. I knew that something is wrong. The moment you're bound long enough. I remember I used to have shoes that had holes underneath. In the morning when somebody has to wake up at 6 a.m., if you walk on the grass, it's thawing. It's now, it gets very wet. So when you walk there, your socks get wet through those holes. So you have to walk tiptoeing and jumping and whatnot. The day I got proper shoes, I continued tiptoeing, walking like that. So I was like, why am I tiptoeing now? I don't have to. You with me? The bondage was still here. There's a certain amount of time that if you're bound long enough, you can't free yourself anymore. You don't know freedom. The freedom that we cry for, we have never known. Even your ancestors were born in bondage. Their fathers were born in bondage. Their fathers were born in bondage. Only the generation before was born free. Those were silenced, so the news of freedom has never gone through anyway. No one knows what freedom is. Freedom is only what you watch the men who you think is free living. So your definition of freedom is somebody who lives a better life than you.
Yeah.
That's very sad.
You with me? So you can tell somebody that no, you can start a business. Like, no, I don't want stress. I just want to get my job and whatnot. That's it for him. He wants nothing more. As long as I can get my 15,000 rand, pay my rent, eat my food, take my child to school, I'm fine. Someone else will be like, as long as I can pay off my car, pay off my house, have my food, and have some money to go and club on a Friday, I'm fine. It's different levels of the same bondage.
My goodness, Father.
You get what I'm saying? It's different levels of the same bondage. You there?
Yes.
You know what? When they came here, They didn't find you with money. There was no money.
Yeah.
Rands were not there before colonies. They were not there. So you tell me, when the slave trading was even happening, right? What were they using to transact? To buy another slave? They already had currency from where they were coming from. Are you with me?
Yes, Father.
Because they were not like you who has, barter exchange. Barter exchange is basically you've got one cow, I give you 2 goats and 10 chickens. Are you with me? You've got this, I give you this. As Africans, you had more variety of animals, you had more variety of things. So you were able to buy anything by combining enough things. I take 2 chickens, 1 goat, I can get this. I take 3 this. Are you with me? Are you with me?
Yes, Father.
Yes, Father.
Look at their side. Where there are zebras, they don't have them. Where there are elephants, they don't have them. Look at their animals, look at the things that they have. Look at their minerals, they don't have them. We had it all, they didn't. So for them to transact was so difficult, they would then make currency, which makes it easier for them to transact without problems. Because they don't have anything to exchange that can properly be evened out, like you who's got a variety. So they bring that. So currency was a result of their challenges.
Okay, yes, Father. I see.
So they come here, you see them transacting like that. Yet you've got a system that's fine. You're like, we want that. We actually want, we want our own paper ourselves. We want our own currency ourselves as well. They can take our gold. We will have currency. Until this day, gold that is taken from South Africa is not measured by rand. Gold that is taken from South Africa is measured by US dollars.
I see.
The colonial system is so messed up. It's crazy. It's gotten a lot of black people thinking that, Christianity came from the white man. Right? Because they had Bibles when they came. They would read verses, right? They'll read verses such as, 1 Timothy 6, right? Which says, let as many servants as under the yoke count their own master worthy of all honor. And, they'll read verses that tell you that no, a master can hit you as long as he doesn't kill you. Right? There's nothing wrong with beating your slave. Right? So what people don't know would happen is, among slaves, they would make you guys elect a slave above all of you. Your prefect slave. The one who they would talk to so they don't come, because there was too many of you. They didn't have microphones. So you can't come and start shouting, saying, all of you do this. They would elect a prefect among you. Are you with me? Which eventually you guys would choose who should be your prefect. Then they will speak to that prefect and let him know what he should tell you guys. And some of the things that they would tell him was, read them these verses, that God does not want you to disobey your masters. God does not want you, are you with me? God has got a reward for you. As long as you can submit to your masters, you'll be given eternal rewards in heaven. Then now it will be the black prefect, the one who's preaching that. That's where this system of preaching like this is black people, you say, listen, gee, you with me? If you see till today, that's how black preachers preach. Hallelujah! Yes, he's got a microphone, he doesn't need to speak like that. Are you with me? Jesus doesn't want this. He still speaks like that. Till this, with microphones. They didn't have microphones back then, so they had to speak like that for the other slaves to hear them. So their job was to preach to other slaves, so they could be indoctrinated in slavery. Are you with me?
Yes, Father.
Saying that because that is what God wanted. Are you with me?
Yes, Father.
That system is what still runs today, where you elect a president who resides on top of you and he receives instruction. You elect a president who resides on top of you and he resides instruction on how he runs the nation. So no matter what he has to do is, all he has to do is make promises to you so that you can elect him. He doesn't have power to fulfill those promises, never.
Yeah.
That's why it is notoriously known. Politicians will say this, they'll never do it. The moment they're elected in, they now become prefects to a system, which is the one that says all things. But now, I'll tell you what. Christianity is a great system. And the colonists knew this.
Okay.
They knew it. There's a kingdom high above, there's a kingdom high low below.
Yeah.
You send someone who represents that kingdom to come and teach people in this kingdom about that kingdom.
Yes, Father.
Then you make that person die to himself and come and be part of your system
Right.
in promise that he's got the power of that kingdom.
Yeah.
And who would say no? They would then study this perfect system that God designed to bring people into his kingdom. They used exactly the same system that God uses to his kingdom. God didn't come as Jesus in a vicious form. He came as the same form as the people he was coming to.
Right. Yeah.
You come humble and peaceful. No nation was colonized like that by guns. That people just landed with boats and they came and started shooting everyone. No. They came slowly. People noticed after a few years, wait, we were slaves now. When did this happen?
Oh, yeah.
Are you with me?
Yes, Father.
Small little transactions, small little things were done. Small little things were done. Are you with me?
Yes, Father.
Then, the very same way black people start selling each other out. They'll start selling each other out to those people. If you were a white man who wants to take slaves, how do you find black people to make slaves? You need to find a black man who knows where the black people are hiding to tell you where they are.
Yeah, that's
Are you with me?
yes, Father.
That is the same system of an evangelist, a person who knows where all the people who are like him are. And he is the one that brings the kingdom to that place and converts the people who are there into that kingdom.
Interesting.
They studied the system. They studied it so well and built their own system based on that.
Yeah.
They studied that exact system. They used that, and that is why it was successful.
See.
That is why it was successful.
Sure.
You see,
Yes, Father.
your goal as somebody now who lives on earth, after you've been converted, is to go to heaven.
Yeah.
The kingdom that you were colonized into. Right?
Yes.
The very same way now you find the moment you study, you educate, you go up, you're like, you know what, I want to get a job overseas. It pays better. Things are better. I want to go to America. I want to go this. I want to go there. You with me?
Yes, Father.
There is no one, I'm telling you right now. Give a black man an offer right now, tell him you've got a job in the USA. And that job is paying you 150,000 a month. Are you there? He's even struggling to get a job in his own country. Then you now tell him he's got a job there. He ain't never going to say no. It's never going to happen. You see how dirty the system is? They took a perfect system, studied it so well because they knew it worked. How so? How did they know that the system worked? Because Christianity was never English. Christianity did not start in England.
Right.
But even they were colonized by it. There was a system which was so good that trickled over
Yeah.
from, from the Middle East, came all the way to the UK, and managed to turn all of them to believe it. What is this system that has made us believe things like this? We need to study the system, whatever system this thing is. It works. If we use it, we're going to be able to take over any nation in this world.
Wow, yes, Father.
They took Christianity, studied it, perverted it, brought Bibles, raised their prefects, taught them wrong.
Sure.
You see what I mean? So now, we as black people now fight each other over Christianity. Are you there?
Yes, Father.
This is the system that colonized your colonizers. So if you're colonized by that system, you're already above the colonizers. You don't see it. But instead, you will be angry at the colonizers because they were made to. Because they brought this system,
Yes, Father.
perverted it. See what I mean?
Yes, Father.
It's crazy. It sure is crazy. I won't say more on this one. Lest I break too many toes, bend too many heads, and break too many necks. Alrighty. Chief Apostle signing out. Catch you on the next one.